So welcome to another video of Quality Reptiles, and today I'm gonna talk about UV lamps. In my shop I sell Arcadia, Mega Ray, Solar Raptor and Reptile. And there are several types of UV that you can use. There are UV stripe bulbs from T5s, and they are very long and do not give heat. They only give UV. So you always need an extra heat bulb with these ones. You have the mercury fiber bulbs. You have them in the USA too, same for the stripe bulbs. And the mercury fiber bulbs, they give heat and UV, and they do not need a starter. But the HID lamp, they give UV and heat, and they do need a starter. A starter is a little box. Let me take one here. This is a starter, and it will start up the lamp. It's very important. Without this one, the lamp doesn't work. It has one that goes into the bulb holder, and also a plug for in the wall. And this one is from Philips. You also have other brands of starters, like Solar Raptor has his own brand, Mega Ray has his own brand, Reptile has his own brand, but I think these are much stronger, they last much longer, they are just way better because Philips is a very big brand and they sell a lot of these things, so they are just much better. And what I think is really handy is they have a version that you can put on 35, 50 or 70 watts. So if you buy this one and you think 70 watt is too warm, you do not have to buy a new starter. You can just switch it to the right wattage and can use a new lamp in this one from another wattage. So it's really handy to have the Philips one. So that's about HID lamps. I also have spiral lamps, compact lamps, Reptile and Arcadia, and these have to be hung up like this. That's the best way, so not down like this, but horizontal is better. So that's really a difficult thing to hang them like this, but you have the best result with UV light. And the problem is they do not give heat. So if you have an animal that needs heat, then you have to put a heat lamp close next to the UV lamp to have the right hotspot and UV spot. What I see with a lot of beginners is that they have an enclosure and there is a light bulb holder here and a bulb holder here, and they put the UV lamp here and the heat lamp here. But the problem is an animal needs to be at a certain temperature to have vitamin D3 synthesis. So if you have the hotspot too far away from the UV bulb, he cannot absorb the D3, so it's not very effective. When you have them close together, the heat bulb and the UV bulb, then when the animal's under the hotspot, it also gets the UV, and then he will absorb much better vitamin D3. So that's very important. It's the same with the Arcadia. The hotspot needs to be very close to the UV to be very effective. So if you put the Arcadia here and the hotspot here, that it's really, yeah, it's not effective. So Normally, when I recommend UV lights to beginners and they don't want to have too much problems, I always try to advise to take the HID solar raptors, because then you have heat and UV at one and you cannot do anything wrong except for putting the lamp too close or too far away from the animal. If you put them too far away, then there is not enough UV touching the animal, and if you put it too close, then they can have UV burn, and it's not like burning from the heat of the lamp, but it's burning from UV rays that like if you're in a cold country and you never put sun do you call it, sun cream on your skin because you never burn, and then you go to Australia and you say, no, I don't need sunscreen, I don't need sun cream on my skin because I never do that, and then the next day you are red like a lobster. That's because the UV rays in Australia are way higher than in like the Netherlands. Even in summer, the Netherlands, you can hardly burn. It's so low in UVI that you can barely burn. So that's what happens if your animal gets too close. But with a reptile, like a red tegu will turn yellow, the skin will turn yellow, but a bearded dragon, the skin will turn black. You get a black round spot where the UV has hit the animal, or if you have Arcadia, the whole animal will be black or get darker. That's because they have a sunburn. Like we get red, they get black or yellow, or it depends on the color of the animal. So for the big animals, like from bearded dragon, even the smaller Stenosaura type of iguanas, and the big monitors and everything, tegus, they all need a really good, strong UV bulb, like the T5 stripe bulbs, or the Megaray, or Solar Raptor, or reptile. Especially the mercury fiber bulbs, HID bulbs, or the T5 stripe bulbs, 40%, are good for animals like that. For the smaller animals or chameleons that do not, who have a very sensitive skin, it's better to have a low UV bulb with 6%, or a compact lamp like this. But do not use these for big animals like bearded dragons, tegus, big monitors. They are useless for them. It's way too low for them. You really need an HID, a mercury fiber bulb, or a T5 40% for those species. So let's go to the breeding facility and I will show you how I've done it with my reptiles. So we are in Iver's enclosure. Iver is a clock monitor, and like you can see, he is sunbathing under the UV case that we handmade. There is 2 T5 UV bulbs and 3 Arcadia 435 heat bulbs in there to have a complete coverage of the whole body of Iver. And like you can see, he enjoys it very much. So here we are at one of the Tegu enclosures. This is Bear, and he is born at my facility, and he's now around 5-6 years old, I think. Not sure anymore. But I'm gonna talk a little bit about the installation that I have with this Tegus. Like you can see, I have one hotspot. It's a Solar Raptor 70 watt, and I have in the back two ceramic heaters. I don't use the ceramic heaters anymore. They are still there, but they are always off because in my breeding facility I have overall heating, floor heating. So it's not necessary anymore to heat the surrounding temperatures. But in the past, I used those ceramic heaters on a thermostat and to heat the surrounding temperatures to around 25 to 30 degrees. And when you heat the surroundings this way, the hotspot will be around 45 to 55 degrees. It's in every enclosure. It's a little bit different, but this is what my experience taught me, and yeah, it works very well in combination. But if you're not heating the surrounding temperatures, the hotspot will be not hot enough. But yeah, you cannot heat one big enclosure with one bulb. You always need more bulbs, or you have to heat the room where the enclosure is in, like I do. I think I've used these Solar Raptors for all those years that I keep Tegus, and I have very old Tegus. A lot of my breeders that still breed are around 17-18 years old, and I have a Cayman lizard that's 17 years old. I have some red Tegus that are 17 or 18 years old, and I had some 20-year-old Tegus and also 27 and 28-year-old girls, black and white Tegus, and they've died from old age. And I think that proves that these UV lamps, in combination with, of course, the care that I give and the food that I give, that they did very well. And the Tegus get very old, they stay very happy, they grow very big, like this one here, and they have very healthy bones. So yeah, my experience with this bulb for all those years, let me say that it's a really good bulb. Of course, there are new things on the market, and companies keep developing, so there are probably in the future much better UV bulbs. Some experts say that Arcadia is better. I'm using them now and I'm happy with them, but I cannot say that they are better. If I measure the UV, it's a little bit the same, and the only difference is that the Solar Raptors have heat and UV in one. What is for a beginner is much more easy to install, and they last very long. Arcadia, I have some that didn't last very long, but yet maybe that's just 1 out of 1,000 that didn't go well. And yeah, because they are so long, they can cover the whole body of a Tegu or a monitor or whatever animal you use it for. With a Solar Raptor, you need several Solar Raptors next to each other to cover a whole body of an animal. So there are some things. Those are some things to think about. But for me, Solar Raptor is a really good ball. So thank you for watching this video. Please leave a message in the comments and like and subscribe if you not already did. See you next time.